Well, I would say the last 24 to 48 hours have been, well, not great for us as Minnesota Vikings fans or the Minnesota Vikings organization in general, right? Just a day or two ago, we learned that JJ McCarthy was, battling a little knee soreness, which at first glance you're thinking nothing of it. And then all of a sudden you find out, oh, by the way, JJ McCarthy, your first round pick, drafted 10th overall, is going to need knee surgery, okay, on a torn meniscus. Now he's either going to need it trimmed, which is a 4 to 6 week recovery period, or he's going to need a complete repair, which means 4 to 6 months. And basically, his season is over with. So we'll start with that injury right off the bat. Per Ian Rappaport, JJ McCarthy did go have surgery today, and he underwent a full meniscus repair, not a trim, this morning, and is out for the entire 2024 season. Sources tell him and Tom Pelissero the repair was done by Chris Larson at Twin Cities Orthopedics, and this gives McCarthy the best chance at a long, successful career. So, yeah, you can kind of look at this as a positive, right? He's gonna have a better chance of having a longer career without having to completely trim that meniscus or take some of it out, which most players have had that done. Like in AJ Hawk in the past, he's had some of that done. Even Pat McAfee, I know probably some of you watch him and stuff. They've had that done, and getting it removed is a little different than getting it repaired. Okay, the repair is basically, or the reason why it's so long is because you have to rework that muscle, have to, train it again and kind of get it back to full strength. So it's just a repair, but it also means we will not see JJ McCarthy for the entire or the rest of the 2024 season. So that was an automatic heartbreak right there, even though I think we all kind of knew JJ McCarthy wasn't going to take the reins week one, but there's a chance maybe later on in the season he could have taken that starting position at quarterback. Now, after that injury, just a mere 2 hours after we heard of a full repair meniscus surgery for JJ McCarthy, we get another heartbreaking tweet. This time, wide receiver position per Ari Mirov. Wide receiver Jordan Addison was carted off with an apparent leg injury. Boy, that shocked not only myself, I'm sure it shocked you guys as well, the Vikings organization. Everything's falling apart, right? You lose one of your corners tragically in a car accident, and then you lose another corner to a torn ACL out for the season, and then you lose another corner for a couple weeks with a hamstring injury in Shaquille Griffin, and then after that you go to JJ McCarthy, who has some knee soreness, turns into knee surgery. Turns out it's a full repair, gonna miss the entire 2024 season, and now it just happens to be wide receiver Jordan Addison, who has an apparent leg injury. When you hear carted off, you think the worst. You're thinking, oh boy, this is an ACL, this is an Achilles, this is it's not a great injury. This ain't no sprain or anything like that. Well, we did get some relief just an hour later per Matthew Collier. I'm pretty sure I said his last name wrong. I apologize if I did. But we have a little update on Jordan Addison. He injured his ankle, okay, unlikely to practice tomorrow, but Kevin O'Connell doesn't believe that the injury is serious. KOC said this after practice. I think he's going to be okay, which is always a good sign because if it's an Achilles tear, you basically know right away. You know when that thing is completely done, and you're done, and your season is completely over with. Okay, we've seen the slow mos of the Aaron Rodgers, the Kirk Cousins last year when the Achilles tears. You see it pop, right? That's just the first sign of, oh yeah, his season's over with. Now we don't we're not privy to any of the replays and stuff like that because it is training camp. But just knowing off the bat that, hey, Kevin O'Connell thinks he's going to be okay gives us a little bit of relief, which means we could see Jordan Addison back in action sooner rather than later, whether that's a high ankle sprain, which could be a couple weeks, rest of preseason, back for week one, whether that's a low ankle sprain, maybe a couple weeks again, back for week one, or maybe he's going to miss the first week of the regular season as well. Who knows how serious this injury is? But all you have to know is the Vikings have been through it. It's not been great. This season is going to be an interesting one. Sam Darnold now in line to be the quarterback one for the Minnesota Vikings. Our wide receiver room, even if Jordan Addison was done for the year, I think is okay. We have some dogs down the depth chart, like a Jalen Naylor who's starting to come into his own. even though he's dealing with a little bit, or he has an injury history himself. Hopefully he can stay healthy. You have Tristan Jackson, who put on a show. You have Brandon Powell. So we have some options at the wide receiver position, but it's still not great to hear all these injuries happening one after another. And just hearing that Jordan Addison was carted off made all of our hearts drop and think, well, we're in line for Travis Hunter, okay? First overall pick, maybe the second overall pick, maybe the third overall pick. And that still could be the case, but hey, it's not looking good for Minnesota. I still don't think we're cursed. I think it's just not lucky. Okay, we're not lucky this year, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's football, baby. That's what happens when things start, going full speed, and when football starts back up in general. So Jordan Addison dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury. Not sure the severity of it just yet, but I don't think it's a torn Achilles. I don't think it's anything to really worry about. It's mainly his ankle, and it's probably a sprain, which means we won't see him the rest of the preseason. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skol Vikes.